Welcome back to the Devilier Podcast. 2014 has been a big year, not just for Cleveland sports, but Brunswick sports as well. I'm here with Sam, Devin, Nick, Wyatt, Tyler, Milt, and I'm JT. 2014, a year in sports. What do you guys think?
Well, to start off, the Cleveland Indians had a very decent year. It's been a while since we've seen them, but Corey Kluber won the Cy Young Award. They had good pitching all year, but they just need to, I think, improve their lineup and the bad.
I think they definitely need to add depth.
Yeah.
Depth to their bullpen. I feel like they need to add depth behind Kluber. They can't just have him as their ace.
We need a right-handed power hitter too.
Yeah.
Our entire lineup is lefties with a couple of switch hitters, and that just doesn't fly. And we need to beat Detroit. If we can't beat Detroit, we're.
I mean, it seems
what's
like
the point of the season?
Yeah. I mean, when you're you have to go against a team like Detroit, it's definitely difficult because they always seem to get the top-notch players in the league.
And now that the Royals are all of a sudden one of the best teams in the league, it's a tough division to win in. So.
That was a big surprise.
Yes.
They're young too, so they're going to be around for a long time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But yeah, I mean, I think we all been waiting for Francisco Lindor. I've been waiting for him. I don't know when he's gonna come, but hopefully soon. We need him.
It's almost that time.
Bad.
Weren't they deciding on Swisher? Isn't he potentially leaving?
Swisher's supposed to be back and as healthy as ever, so I think what they're going to do is they're going to start him and show everyone how good he is, trade him by the deadline, and then open up first. I think what they need to do is put Lindor at short, get Chisenhall out of the lineup. Yeah, he had a good couple of games, but he's not a great player. I say move Kipnis over to third. He's got the arm for it. Keep Santana at first because he can't catch anymore. Keep Jan behind the plate because he's definitely one of the best bats in the lineup. And then put Lindor and that new Ramirez kid up the middle because they're two of the best young players that we have.
Yeah, definitely. Get him experience now.
Yeah.
And then see where it takes us.
And Brantley just needs to keep being Brantley
Yeah.
and keep playing like how he played all last year.
Absolutely. All right, on to the Cleveland Browns. Big expectations for this year, not really met. Tough year as far as everything goes.
It was definitely a tough year, JT. I have to agree. Johnny Manziel, obviously he didn't pan out the way most people hoped and expected. Brian Hoyer, this was definitely a roller coaster season. Like, starts off with Brian Hoyer as our quarterback. We didn't know we had one of the biggest quarterback battles Cleveland's seen in the past 10 years.
I think they had an Ohio State season where they did go through the three quarterbacks.
Yeah.
The only difference is Ohio State actually did well.
I mean,
Ohio State could pull it off.
to start off 7-4 and in playoff contention, it was just so exciting, and then just to drop the last 5 games, just to lose everything, it was just so sad.
I think it was. Go ahead.
I remember seeing when they finally took first place in the division, it was like the biggest news. It was Browns in sole possession of first place for first time since.
First time in all of our time in all of our lives.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
But I mean, it was definitely a roller coaster ride, considering that we had probably one of the best receivers in the league, and we did better when he wasn't on our team.
Yeah.
And then when he came back, we completely.
I
Fell
think they
apart.
should. I think they should drop Gordon. Hopefully, get a couple picks for him. I don't like him. That's just a personal thing.
I mean,
He has that talent you want in a wide receiver. He has literally
He
everything.
doesn't have the commitment that you need in a wide receiver.
He has everything you ask for talent wise, but when it comes to off field problems, he's oh my god.
He could be a great player, but I feel like he's too much of a mental case.
Yeah.
That's how I feel
He
about
needs to go.
Manziel.
He needs to go to
I
the right.
agree with that.
I think if
honestly.
Josh Gordon goes to the right system, I think.
Well, look at
He'll
Chris
show him the
Carter.
way.
When he was at Philadelphia, no one knew who he was, and he was a huge cocaine addict.
Yeah.
He went to Minnesota. He's a Hall of Fame receiver.
Oh
Yeah. But I think Manziel's in the same boat as him. If he put in the time and the effort and he wanted to play, he could potentially be a great player, but he's too into
Cocky.
himself and too cocky,
You gotta.
too into the fame that comes with it to
And
be
he's
a great
21
quarterback.
years old,
Yeah.
of course, so he's gonna go out partying every day.
Yeah.
I think he signed his own death wish when he said, "Wow, I really should have taken this seriously,"
Yeah,
or whatever
that.
that quote was exactly. I don't remember what it was exactly, but I think that signed his own death
Like,
wish.
to come out and say that, and then the next day be accused of partying with the team before a big game.
48 hours before the last
48
game.
hours.
You can't wait 2 days and then go have a huge party after that last game.
Really.
It's like he's stuck in college still. Like, he was able to get away with that in college and still play great, and you just can't do that in the pros.
They
He has
waited
to
on
do
him
that.
hand and foot in college because he was Johnny Football.
you guys
But
saw
he
Welcome to the NFL,
definitely
kid.
he had definitely brought a lot of like media coverage to Cleveland, though.
Oh yeah, you
Absolutely.
turned on ESPN in it was what like June and August, and it was either the Browns or LeBron.
Yeah, Johnny
we
Manziel
were
or
every
LeBron.
little
And, like,
thing on ESPN.
Most people from Cleveland were like, oh, we like getting the hype, but like it was getting to the point where it's like becoming annoying, and
Yeah.
you know that's when you're
Yeah,
getting
just,
too much
just
attention.
don't talk about
Yeah.
LA or New York again.
Just
like,
go.
We're done.
Bye.
We got our fam. We got LeBron, Johnny Manziel. We're good.
We're done.
I think looking past all the negatives from the season, though, there are a couple bright spots that you could see, like
Oh yeah, we got a lot of
Terrence
draft
West
picks
and
next year.
Joel and the draft
Yeah.
picks, and
Oh yeah.
a couple of our receivers like Hawkins and Gabriel actually stepped up this season. So
I think Gabriel's he's gonna play really good next year. He's gonna be a really reliable receiver for whoever our quarterback's gonna be.
This season just sealed why Alex Mack was one of the highest paid centers in the NFL.
Oh
you
my
look
god,
what happened when
we
he
need
left.
him.
When he left due to injury, everything went downhill real fast.
Oh my
It shows
God.
how important
Yeah.
one person can be,
Yeah.
one offensive lineman can be.
I mean, he didn't miss a snap 4 or 5 years leading up to that, and then you just lose him. And
then the defense played like they usually play. They usually are always good.
They gotta
so-
upgrade that. They gotta upgrade that rush defense. It
Yeah.
I think they were
That's-
bottom 10. They
you
were
got
they were
Kruger.
bottom 10 in the league. I think for sure.
Yeah, that's our secondary is very good, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
other than that, we see if our offense can
I'm
score.
happy. Tayshaun Gibson, I know he's a restricted free agent, but we're not gonna let him walk this year. I think we're gonna sign him to a long-term extension.
We'll
I hope so.
I mean, through the years, we've always wondered what the quarterback position is going to be. I mean, next year it's the same old.
Same
We're
thing.
seeing what
Same
What
thing.
do you
we're
guys
putting
think's
out.
gonna happen?
Hoyer's gonna
Hoyer.
leave, and I don't blame him.
I don't think he's gonna.
I don't.
think- I
I
think it'll-
honestly.
I've got an inside.
I've heard
I know someone who works with his mom, and
Oh.
she says he doesn't want to leave.
Oh, I'm sure he doesn't want to leave.
I'm
Why
sure
would
he
he want?
doesn't. He
Why would
might
he want?
have
Why would
to
he?
leave.
Why would he want to not play in front of his hometown? In front of his
Exactly.
hometown.
He does not want to leave, but they gotta. The Browns have to give him. A
If
little
Johnny Manziel if they're gonna bank on Johnny
bit. He's
Manziel
got
for next
one more
season,
year, and if he doesn't step it up,
Yeah,
I feel he's
absolutely.
gonna.
Bye.
at least in a Cleveland uniform, I would
In
say.
a Cleveland uniform, at least.
He has one more year to put. He has one more.
Send him to
Maybe not
Dallas.
even one more whole year.
Yeah, send him
I
back
would
to
say.
Texas.
I would say the preseason it's gonna be put up or shut up for Johnny. It's put up or shut up
Absolutely.
at this point.
It's kind of frustrating to think about. I mean, Browns can't pay someone to give them a quarterback, and then Ohio State has 3 that are going to
Yeah.
be Heisman.
Yeah.
It's like,
Hey, have the Browns wait a year and then go get one of them.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. All right, on to the Cleveland Cavaliers, probably the biggest story in Cleveland sports of 2014.
Browns.
LeBron.
Yeah. Well,
Honestly,
title town.
huge letdown.
Yeah.
So
Huge
far.
letdown
So
yeah,
far.
so far.
So
I agree.
far,
I
I mean, have
highly
they been
agree.
dominant?
No.
Have they been awful?
They've no.
No.
Have they been
But-
better than last year? Yes.
Yeah,
And
but-
they are in playoff contention. And right now, playoffs is all that matters, and we want rings, right?
We need to get everyone back, and we need to get everyone healthy. Is what needs to happen.
I just feel
Losing
like
Andy was huge.
I think by the
Yeah.
time LeBron comes back, which should be in about another week or so, when we get Amon Shumpert back from injury because he's dealing with shoulder problems right now, I think JR is he's gonna start tuning in with the rest of the team. I think the boys are gonna start looking pretty good.
Right now,
by the time the All-Star break comes
right
around.
now we're 500 and have lost 5 in a row. So it's just we got to.
Yeah.
How
But-
about Mozgov, though?
that's what I was.
7-footer.
gonna
I
hit
like
on.
him.
One of the rare 7-footers in the NBA anymore. I mean, you rarely
I
see
like
that
him.
anymore.
Oh yeah.
And like
He's playing good, too.
his first game, he was getting boards like no other. I mean, we thought Andy was a big loss, and don't get me wrong, he was. But Mozgov was
Yeah.
definitely filling his shoes pretty well so far.
It was a
Get,
great pickup.
get LeBron back.
What was
No,
the stats? Yeah.
Did you see Maz? I was gonna say, did you see his stats last night? He had 14 points.
Come on. Man.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
14
14
points.
points, that's good.
Well, no, I was reading here. I'm sorry. I was reading here. He shot 6 of 8 from the field, and he only played 32. He played 32 minutes. It's not too bad for a debut for a new team.
Not too bad at all.
I just think they have to get in chemistry with each other because like
Yeah.
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 having like JR and like Shumpert come in, you can tell that it's gonna take a little bit of time to get chemistry. Even though JR dropped like 28 the other night, but
Yeah, you can tell J.R. Smith's gonna be kind of like I feel like he's gonna kind of take a Dion role at first.
yeah.
I mean, last night he shot 2 for 10, and he had he had 4 points.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that's pretty. To me, that's pretty Dion-y.
Gianni.
But I don't know. I think it'll take JR time to start clicking with the rest of the guys. But I think once he does, I think he'll start locking in because he's a really good shooter. And
what I do like about Jr. though is like, he's not afraid to shoot the ball. You need
he's
someone
not.
like that. You can't be hesitant to shoot.
What was his motto? When in doubt, shoot.
yeah,
he's like
Yeah.
when in doubt, shoot the ball.
Exactly, I like it.
He's a great defender too, and he's hustling more than most people on the court. But One thing I'm actually really surprised with this season is Kevin Love's play.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh my
He's not,
gosh,
he's not
yeah.
played nearly up to
He's
what people
in-
thought he is, but
Oh,
I mean,
not at all.
But I mean, his rebounds though, for not being like as tall as the other
Yeah.
people like Verjao and stuff, he's getting more rebounds than Verjao. in
Yeah.
games,
Oh, I'm
and
sure.
It's
He's
ridiculous.
a
Wait,
double-double
Verjao.
machine.
Yeah.
The thing is, like,
Defense.
he'll one night he'll drop like 25 points, shoot like 70% from 3. Next night he'll drop like 12
Yeah.
points and he'll shoot like 9 of 25.
yeah,
He's just not consistent.
He's not
He's not.
consistent at all. That's the problem. We need consistency with this Cavs
But when
team
he's
if we wanna
on,
win.
he's on.
Yeah, but I feel like, with all the chemistry's been the biggest problem all year, and then getting guys hurt, like, LeBron's hurt, how many other guys are hurt, having to bring new guys in, that hurts the chemistry. So I think if we can get
Mhm.
everybody healthy, have a solid network of people, I think the chemistry will be there and everyone will really step up.
Yeah, it's just we're losing games and like getting close with like winning games that we
Yeah.
should be blowing out,
Mhm.
And it's getting like we should just be blowing them out by now.
And like
The kind of like skill that we have.
we can talk about like chemistry and working well, but I definitely feel like our defense needs to get
Yeah.
better. I mean,
Yeah.
we're
Oh,
giving
God,
yeah.
we're giving like up 80 points in the third quarter,
And that
it's
would be
like
fine if we could answer back with the 80
Yeah,
points,
but,
but
like-
we just can't do it.
shooting the ball only goes so far. You're gonna miss
Exactly,
shots, and we need to pick up
It's
our
w-
defense for sure.
It all begins with defense. Yeah.
I do blame the coaching a little bit on that one.
Oh,
David
yeah.
Blatts
Oh,
had an
yeah.
iffy start,
Yeah,
to say it lightly.
and like
I agree. I feel like that's a problem with this Cavs team. They can never find. It's always with the Browns. It's with quarterbacks. I feel like with the Cavs, it's with the right coach. Even when we had
Mike
Brown.
Brown.
Mike
Yeah.
Brown, yeah, he didn't even pan out that
But
well.
Yeah,
I do
no.
think Blatt kind of needs to step up more. I think he's letting LeBron run the team a little more than he should be. And yeah, LeBron's a big player, but he's not the coach. Like,
Exactly.
he's still a player, and Blatt needs to take over that coaching spot.
Yeah.
I also find it very interesting that every time like our big three scores a lot of points, we actually end up mostly losing the games.
Mhm.
So like LeBron's getting like 20 points and like 12 assists. We're usually winning games instead of him scoring 50 points because no one else is contributing at that point. But
I know. I think it's awesome that we have LeBron back, but we didn't have him in his prime. Like when he was in
Yeah.
Miami, he was in his prime.
Yeah.
Now it's just he has 12 years of basketball in him.
I mean, he's
and-
not
Only
old,
30
but
years
he's
old.
old for basketball.
Yeah.
Like, he's getting up there. I mean, look at Carmelo and Kobe. They're hurt 24/7. There's never...
The body's just
Yeah.
wearing down.
And like that's why he needed this break. It's huge. Hopefully he comes back better than ever, but you can't guarantee anything. And it comes back to Blatt and how when LeBron comes back, everything changes. He's the best player in the world, but you still have to get the other guys involved, and one player is not going to make a team.
Yeah,
So
it's a team sport.
exactly.
It's not a one man show.
should be interesting to see what their final record is. They should make the playoffs because the East is straight up just trash.
So
Honestly.
the Cavs are what right now? 19 and 19.
Yeah, we're fifth in the Eastern
Yeah,
Conference.
that's bad. We're almost
which
barely
shows
500.
And the 15 in the Western Conference that has like a 20-something and 14 record or something.
Well, I mean, our record against the Eastern Conference, we're still 15 and 9, but if we're trying to get to the NBA Finals, we need to start stacking up against these top Western Conference teams. We will not be able to hang with them at all if we get that far with our defense and with our lineup playing the way that they are right now.
All right, not to cut anybody off, but let's go on to the 2014 year for Brunswick sports. Been a pretty big year so far. I mean, no championships yet, but it's been a pretty good year for all sports so far.
Oh, definitely. Even especially with this school year, we had a pretty good run with the playoffs until we lost to St. Ed's, but hey, it was definitely a good.
Football
It's
loses-
St. Ed's.
Football loses to St. Ed's, but St. Ed's goes on to win the state championship.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
lose
So
to-
that makes
we-
us look good
least
that we
to
can at
least
least
us look
hang
good.
with them
Well,
until a certain
the end of
point.
the first quarter.
You
Yeah.
know, the last 2 years we went in the playoffs. We lost to Menor 2 years ago, and they lost in the state championship game. So we're playing
Yeah.
the best teams in the
We
state.
lost
in
to the
the
state
first
runner
round.
up, and then we lost to the state champions.
Absolutely.
Like,
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. This is like no offense. I was surprised by our football team. I honestly was. I didn't think we were gonna have that good of a season, but they definitely proved me wrong. It was a
other
good- it
sports,
was a
well,
great
volleyball,
season.
we were conference
Volleyball
champions.
did
No,
really well.
volleyball, yeah.
Fell a little bit short of the state title. Same
Highlight of
with-
that whole
Just short,
But
but
you
with an
know-
all juniors
Yeah.
squad next
Mhm.
year,
Next
look
year.
for big things out of them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that volleyball
Definitely.
squad! Look
And
for them to be.
insane.
Alec
Yeah.
Vidowski's already verbally committed to Indiana,
Indiana.
so that's amazing.
Look
That
for
was
them to
like-
make a run for states next year
Oh,
because I'm
yeah.
sure they will easily.
Definitely.
The soccer team of our class. I mean, they've been starters since they were freshmen, and they came out their
Mhm.
senior year and had a great year.
Yeah, haven't they won conference 2 years in a row now?
Yeah,
So,
the girls team had another good
They're
another good
definitely,
outing.
So did the boys team.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah, the boys we did pretty well, but the girls team we hit now it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting next year because with 3/4 more than that of the team being seniors. You're going to see how girls step up from the JV team and fill their shoes. It's going to be tough,
gonna
but
be
they
a
can
big
definitely do it.
transition.
We had even when we were freshmen, there were a lot of girls that started varsity, weren't there?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they're losing like 4 years worth of players in almost an entire lineup.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be pretty. Brunswick the girls soccer team, I feel like is gonna take a big hit next year, but I don't think they should be
It's
fine.
wide open
Yeah.
for some leaders
Yeah.
to step up.
Yeah.
Football's going to be the
it's-
same way.
Yeah.
You're graduating 22 starters and the majority of their backups. Next year, you're going to have a lot. Every spot's open, so you're going to have a struggling team next year, I
It's
think.
not going to
personally.
be an easy transition,
Yeah.
but it's going to be interesting to see people step
People
up.
got to
Yeah.
start stepping up to the
It's just
plate.
how
and
much they
take-
want it.
Uh,
So,
Cheerleaders, NOC champs for
Oh,
the
yeah,
second
Dan.
time in a row. Final NOC champs, and they got a bid to U.S. Nationals later this year.
That's
oh
something.
yeah, that was crazy.
That is going to be interesting for sure. And then basketball, I mean, we're
10-0, right?
10-0 right now. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know what was during the season or prior to the season were we supposed to be pretty good?
I don't think
We
so.
were-
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
I don't
boys,
think so.
and, for boys and girls, I don't even think we were ranked.
Yeah.
I don't think we were looking for either boys or girls to be very good this year, and we've definitely shut up all those rumors.
Yeah.
There's a couple tough games coming up for the basketball team, like Garfield. Shaker, Menor. So that
Yeah.
should be interesting to see how they do
That's
against them.
kind of there's a easy run in the beginning where you knock out the easy games, but there's always that hard
Rush,
jump.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
phase.
that's what we did. It was the same with girls basketball. That easy, we were 8-0 for the longest time, but then we had these two hard games against Royalton and Solon, and like Solon's supposed to be like 5th in the state,
Yeah.
and like we lost to them, but we're 8-3 now. But at least we hung with them, and now we have not the easiest road ahead, but we're doing like it's adjusting. Yeah.
With basketball, it's like it's what matters is the tournament, and like you can lose during the season, and it's only going to make you better. You're going to learn from your loss and stuff,
Exactly.
and it's going to carry you to the playoffs when it matters. So
A lot of the basketball boys did step up this year after losing a lot of talent last year.
I am actually really surprised, but like it's a good surprise by Eric Bullock. He
Oh, yeah.
really stepped
He's-
up. I didn't expect that. I thought he was just going to be like a role player, but he really he's on it, getting like double doubles a lot. He's really
I think he might be our best player.
yes.
I really Eric's game is really good.
And then like
Yeah.
Sabula and Jason,
Sabula's
Yeah.
really
good.
automatic from
Much
three.
more of a
Mhm.
team this year. The scoring is a lot more spread out. You see a different
Mhm.
player leading the score like every game. Either it's Nate, Zach, Eric, or even Jason last game at 20 points. So it just really spread around this year. It's fun to
Yeah,
watch.
it's not just Badowski watching
Yeah.
a one man show. It's you're seeing.
Even too,
You're
it's
seeing
not
good.
Podolski and Parker.
Oh, yeah,
it's
Parker,
all of
yeah.
You're
them.
seeing good
Mhm.
old-fashioned team basketball.
Exactly,
That's-
and
that's
the
what you gotta love.
chemistry also is like amazing.
Basically, what the Cavs need to do.
Yeah.
Take Brunswick basketball.
And
Yeah.
and one more thing I'm really impressed with is Michael Quering's play, because like him being
Yeah,
as short
he's
as
so
he
short.
is, and his first year in varsity, he looks like he's the calmest person on the court.
Oh,
at all
yeah.
times. Just, like,
Last year he would only get put in, maybe with like a couple of minutes left if we're in a
Yeah.
high lead, and he would get stuffed. But going from his like physical appearance, in the off season, it's like he's hung with them for 3 years,
Yeah.
already, and it's just
Absolutely.
it's crazy.
He's a
his
really
transition.
scrappy player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he hangs with them perfectly.
Yeah, in transition, boys basketball 10-0, girls basketball 8-3.
Yeah.
What can we look forward to in 2015? That's a good start going into 2015.
Great
Can we
start.
expect big things in 2015 out of all of our sports teams coming up?
I definitely expect deep playoff runs from both programs easily.
and then going
Though I'm sure the boys will be. I'm sure the boys will be top 25. Will definitely be in the top 25. They're still undefeated, so definitely. You guys will probably also be in the top 25. I'm sure you guys will probably. I'm sure both teams will make it pretty far.
I mean, I saw the wrestlers also. They were doing pretty
Yeah.
well. They
Oh yeah,
beat-
wrestlers always do well.
beat Eds.
I was gonna
in a
say, a
certain
lot of
tournament, beat
people-
A couple other schools in that tournament lately, so they're doing really well.
Yeah.
I feel like for the wrestlers, this is gonna be like for next year, it's gonna be another transition.
Yeah.
'Cause you're losing a lot of good seniors that have been states, right?
Yeah, we're losing. We'll be losing Austin Fallon and Michael Beckany, our two mains.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of people seem to figure out that we have one of the best wrestling programs around here.
Yeah.
We have how many state placers do we have? We have Josh Heil. I know Matt Field. He's a freshman. He'll probably go to states this year.
Nicky
That's
Cusis
2.
kid.
Nick Cusis. That's 3. Austin Fallon will be making a run at states, and same with Mike Beckany. So there's about maybe 5, 6, or 7, up to 7 maybe.
Yeah.
State. We could win the state meet this year, and I'm sure that's what the boys are. They're all
they're all
aim
about.
aim to go to
And
this
then
year.
just to add one more thing about another sport in the spring, the baseball team.
Yeah.
That should be interesting because they lost a lot of seniors like Corey
Oh,
Welsh
yeah.
and all them. So that should be interesting to see how they transition.
A,
From,
again, a lot of the seniors this year are going to have to step up, but there's a lot of talent. Like our JV team was pretty good last year,
yeah.
and it was mostly all, well, juniors last year, now seniors. So it
I
should be.
The softball team, do you know how that's going to be looking this year?
I honestly don't. I have no idea. They did pretty well last year, but I
It's
don't
up in
know.
the air as of
Isn't-
now.
Yeah, not that. I think they only lost one, maybe two seniors.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Isn't Paige Salisbury and Aaron Calhoun the
They're
dominant people?
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
He's very good.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty. They're really good. I played with Erin, and she's really, really good.
So
Just real quick, I just wanted to touch up. What about the track and field year for 2015? Anybody?
Got some.
Lost a lot of. We lost about 20 seniors from last year.
Wow.
Lost some really good guys for our team. We lost Tyler Laffin. He was an amazing 800 runner. We lost Richie Norman, top 10 in the state for the 100-meter
Yeah.
dash. We lost Chase Reed, a storied 400 runner for the school. We lost even guys like Justin Swords. We lost a lot of distance guys. I don't know. I expect our team to be pretty good this year. I'm sure we're gonna have we're gonna have some guys going to the state meet for sprints. I know. Coaches are definitely trying to get a 4x1 team to states for this year. A 4x4 always.
And then for our lacrosse team, we have 27 seniors this year.
wow.
Oh yeah, same with girls. Yep.
So we're gonna have a big season. We made the playoffs and won our first playoff game ever last year. So we have big things expecting out of our team as well.
Yeah, it's this is the first year for there's gonna be a 4-year lacrosse actual varsity.
Yeah, that's why
Forward.
you guys feel like you both have so many seniors. I mean, when the program first came into as a Brunswick sport, you guys filled the team. I mean, first year, boys seniors, girls seniors. As of now, both fill the lineup. So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be interesting this year and how you guys that playing time works out. I mean, with so many guys.
I think we're
Girls.
gonna all be in for a pretty roller coaster season for spring sports.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to a pretty good year in 2015.
Oh, definitely.
And that wraps up the Devilier podcast on the year in review. We'll see you next time.
Just open it.
We'll see you next time.